Coming up, mask off New Jersey. The Garden State's getting ready to end its mask mandate for schools next month.
Timing out more rain for the overnight, and who could see some snow by morning?
And bagels are a New York staple. New York Live is here with the shop that's serving up 10 years of more than a classic cream cheese. Hey, what's up everyone? This is News 4 Now for February 7th. I'm your girl, Kay Ingram. Now first up, New Jersey is about to end its mask mandate real soon. The governor says masks were never meant to be permanent in school, but are parents on board with this big change for their kids?
It's been a long road for the kids, and hopefully this goes away. But it's been a long road.
It's the initial protection for our children, so I'd like it to be not lifted for now, right?
Less than a month ago, Murphy declared a new public health emergency over the Omicron variant, but the surge is over now. New COVID cases in the state are down 95% in a month, back down to levels we usually saw before Omicron arrived. In New York City, starting today, families of public school kids will see COVID tests ramp up ahead of the midwinter break. The Department of Education says it's aiming to screen 10% of 1st through 12th graders, or 20% of those who are unvaccinated. More home tests are also going out. The DOE wants families to test for COVID before students return from the February 21st break on the 28th. Also new, a Brooklyn neighborhood is on edge after a violent attack on 2 Jewish men. Police are trying to track down the suspect you see here in this security video. It shows that suspect running up on 2 men dressed in Hasidic Jewish clothing and sucker punching one of them. This was along Stockton Street near Marcy Ave in Williamsburg last Friday night. We're told on the same night, another Hasidic man had his hat thrown to the ground nearby. The incidents have some in the neighborhood on edge.
Very nervous, it's scary. So you're having people just jumping on people. This is not the right thing to do.
Whoever lives there, beautiful, you know, all people are nice and good, and a lot of neighbors, even they're not Jewish, they're wonderful, wonderful. We hope everyone should be wonderful, and the area should just become nicer and better.
The NYPD's Hate Crimes Task Force is investigating. They're also investigating another incident this weekend. A yeshiva school bus spray painted with swastikas. That also happened in Williamsburg. Also new, a video of Mayor Eric Adams has surfaced, showing him using a derogatory term against his white colleagues of the NYPD. Now, he's apologizing for it.
Every day in the police department, I kick those crackers.
Those comments were made during a private event held by the Harlem Business Alliance. At the time, Adams was gearing up to campaign for mayor. The activist who shot the video says Adams was talking about how he would, quote, right the wrongs of racist contract practices if elected as city mayor. Adams was asked about the comment Friday. This is what he had to say.
Definitely apologize. Inappropriate comments should not have been used. Someone asking me a question using that comment and playing on that word, I responded in that comment. But clearly, it's a comment that should not be used, and I apologize not only to those who heard it, but to New Yorkers, because they should expect more from me, and that was inappropriate.
The police union also released a statement saying in part, quote, "We have spent far too many hours together in hospital emergency rooms these past few weeks, and we've worked together for decades before that. A few seconds of video will not define our relationship. We have a lot of work to do together to support our members on the streets."
Hi there, I'm Storm Team 4 meteorologist Maria LaRosa. Messy day today. It's not going to get a whole lot better as we head through the rest of the evening and the overnight. While temperatures for most of us above freezing, we'll see rain, but on the back edge, see that pink and blue, just cold enough. There may be some snow or some freezing rain mixed in there for a period, especially after midnight from northern New Jersey into the Hudson Valley. Meanwhile, it's a steady, chilly rain from the city, Connecticut, down the shore, and east toward Long Island. This begins to wrap up tomorrow morning. It'll take a little bit more time for those clouds to part, but they will. We'll get some sun in there. We can start that warm up. In the meantime, though, a chilly start to the day. Close to just above freezing for the city, White Plains, Newark, Long Island, and down the shore. North and west, hanging on to those 20s a little bit longer, so watch for some icy spots.
News 4 celebrates Black History Month. The extraordinary life and legacy of poet Maya Angelou was newly minted when she recently became the first black woman to be featured on the U.S. Quarter. It's a distinct honor for a remarkable woman. Born in St. Louis in 1928, she chronicled her childhood of racism and abuse in a critically acclaimed memoir, I Know Why the Caged Bird Sings, which launched her to national prominence.
I'm a very hard worker, and I've been very blessed.
With her eloquent, lyrical voice, she spoke of civil rights and justice. The respect and admiration for her only grew after she delivered the Inauguration Day poem in 1993.
History, despite its wrenching pain, cannot be unlived, but if faced with courage, need not be lived again.
In 2010, President Barack Obama awarded her the nation's highest civilian honor, the Medal of Freedom. Maya Angelou is part of our collective history, and together we are for New York.
All right, debate me on this all you want, but what's a better way to start your morning than with a bagel and cream cheese? Or a bagel with mac and cheese. That's right, New York Live is introducing us to a poppin' bagel shop in the East Village that's celebrating a very special occasion in a very special way. Check it out.
The East Village's most popular bagel spot is turning 10, so we've come down to Tompkins for Bagels to celebrate the milestone. Chris, congratulations on 10 years here at this location in the East Village, 5 years at the other.
Thank
what
you.
does it feel like?
Feels like flying a kite in a hurricane.
Okay.
That's kind of what it's like.
How about
we
that
kept
warmth?
it up in the sky.
It's a huge accomplishment in
Yeah.
New York to be around for 10 years, so it has to feel good.
No, it feels really good. I'm grateful that we're still here.
Chris, you brought out quite a spread, pun intended. These are some of your signature sandwiches?
Yeah, definitely. Some of the popular ones.
Let's talk me through them.
So you have the first one here, pastrami lox, which is Nova Scotia lox cured with pastrami spices, scallion cream cheese, tomato and onions. This one was more of a joke. My wife and I just would watch the hungover NYU kids come in the morning, and we just said these kids will eat anything to sober up. There's chorizo, there's bacon, there's sausage, there's cream cheese, there's regular cheese, American cheese, and then there's any type of cream cheese you want.
Wow.
So it's basically, yeah, cardiologists are going to be really happy with me.
Why you eat them while you're still in college.
In 20 years, yeah.
And then, of course, we have something special.
Yeah, so these are house-made cream cheeses. I just have this philosophy, sprinkles make people happy, so.
And then you brought something out. That's kind of on the menu, kind of not on the menu. What's the current status?
The infamous. We brought it back for you. We haven't had this in like...
I have clout in this town, people. Do you scoop it out? How does it work with this?
Yeah, we scoop the insides out and then we just fill it with house-made macaroni and cheese.
I mean, what better vessel is there for macaroni and cheese than like a toasted sesame bagel? Oh yeah. This is coming back on the menu?
I think we have to bring it back now.
High five.
Yeah, cool.
Thank you, Chris. Congratulations on 10 years.
Yeah, thanks for coming.
And many,
Good
many
to-
more.
Thank you.
And finally, we are getting an inside look at a shooting that went down in a pharmacy in New Jersey. Officers shot a man they say held a worker hostage with a knife, then proceeded to stab an officer. News 4's Brian Thompson is here with a look at the dramatic scene.
There's a man in here with a knife and he's holding one of my coworkers hostage.
At the Keensburg Pharmacy a month ago, 55-year-old James Sutton is seen on video released by the Attorney General's office, pulling a knife out from under his coat and entering the pharmacy's restricted area. 911 calls emphasize the confusion of what was happening.
911, where's your emergency?
Yeah, I'm at Keensburg Pharmacy. A guy behind the counter at the pharmacy was just saying, everybody get on the ground. I told everyone to get out of the store.
But the unidentified employee couldn't get out, Sutton forcing him to look for drugs on the pharmacy shelves, Sutton holding the knife in his right hand.
He's still holding one of my coworkers hostage. He has him by the arm and he won't let him go.
With a knife on them?
Yes, he's going through the medicines right now.
But apparently, as Keensburg police responded, Sutton violently pulls the man away from the drug shelves to a workspace, still behind the counter, now threatening to stab him with a large knife by holding it over his head. Police now surround him and move in first with tasers, the wires streaking to Sutton but having no effect, possibly because of his winter clothing. One of those officers approaches and is stabbed in the arm, and that's when police open fire. Keensburg Mayor George Huff, a former policeman himself, says Sutton grew up in this town. And in those years, the mayor says he's not aware of any kind of interaction with the police department. As for the officer who was stabbed, well, the mayor hopes he will return to duty sometime in the future, but adds that because he'll have to go through a lot of physical therapy, it likely will be a long haul. In Keensburg, Brian Thompson, News 4 New York.
All right, friends. Well, that's all I've got for you for today's show. Thanks for checking in. I'm Kay Ingram. I'll see you back here tomorrow on News 4 Now. See ya.